Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my first impressions on the Reate Horizon D. So this is loaned into the channel by my boy, the Trash Man, Brandon Thrasher. Guys, this knife is absolutely stunning. Just wanted to give you guys an up-close look at it, talk about it briefly. I may do another Reate knife while we're at it. Actually, I will. Let's do two of these cool Reate made knives that were loaned into the channel by buddies. This is the Reate EXO, loaned in by Jamie Loves Knives. Very cool knife. Just got this one in yesterday, so definitely first impressions. This one I've had for a couple days, and yeah. So those are a couple of Reate knives, big old boys. And let's talk about them, right? So let's talk about the Horizon D first. I'll give you the close-up, and then we can just quickly discuss. Look at this White Storm Fat Carbon. It is the same as the White Storm Fat Carbon on the pincher I have. See? It's just a different section of it, obviously. It does have a little bit of gray/blue in it. Some people will say, no, that's Arctic, but here, I'll show you. This is a backspacer I ordered for my Demco 8020.5. This is Arctic. Okay, it has more of a blue and sort of a teal in it, I guess. That is White Storm. You can see the difference, okay? I confused it myself when I got my Varga VBR. I thought he sent me the wrong one. I thought he sent me the blue, the Arctic. So anyway, look at these screws, absolutely gorgeous. This came with even more fantastic looking hardware, and I think an extra clip. I mean, look at that. It's just, I think it's Mokutai, this stuff, Mokume, or dog shit pie, whatever you want to call it. Looks awesome. Look at that inlay. Are you kidding me, Reate? They're just showing off. You can't feel it. I mean, it's stupid how good this is. There's your backspacer. I mean, look at that, man. I would love to see some end cut fat carbon scales. How crazy would that be? It would be expensive as fuck. Dead nut centered. Yeah, there's your flipper tab. Very nice. It's dirty as shit in there. I'm thinking a cleaning would really help this knife. But I don't want to take it apart. It's not mine, and I just don't want to mess it up or something. But, I mean, it's not great. I mean, look at this. This should be dropping shut for, you know, what this probably costs. I kind of want to dive into it now. I'm going to do it. Don't kill me, my brother. Let me just see if this fits. It's not spinning on the other side. Oh. It caught. So this side comes out? Look at that. I really just want to see how dirty this fucking thing is, because it has to be super dirty. I did finally just order a Turris bit driver from River's Edge Cutlery. I've been trying to get one of those Journey Toolco bit drivers forever. And I finally picked one up, so that's awesome. I'm being extra careful because this is some fancy shit here. These screws all look the same, so that's good. Wow. Look at that. That's just awesome. So it's on multi-row. So you could actually, I could be wrong, Brandon, Trashman. You could probably get the skiff bearings that are made for the Evo and put them in this. The Evo takes 6mm 1/16 bearings, and Skiff sells them, dude. Oh, that would be so cool. I don't have any Skiffs. I probably have something that would fit, but I wouldn't want to swap out multi-rows. So it could just be dirty, or you know, maybe this knife just doesn't drop shut. It happens. Sometimes you just tolerances or whatever, and it even had a little bit of blade play, so I don't know. Again, I apologize, Brandon. This is the second time I've done this. His case knife, the Kinsua, now that's a different story, much less expensive. I took that apart without asking. I believe he told me one time I can take apart anything that he sends. And I feel the same way. If he wants to take apart anything I send, that's fine. And obviously, I'm responsible if anything happens. So, looks like this is number 74. All right, so we're clean. Oh, bearings. Yeah, I mean, these are good bearings, so hopefully it just needs a little bit of love and she'll be fine. Look at that scale, though, guys. That is absolutely stunning, isn't it? I think it is, anyway. All right, so KPL. Get a little heavy in here. We'll use the 4-dot technique on the multi-rows. Yeah, maybe 3 on that one because I went pretty heavy. I saw like a hair or something. Yeah, that might be too much. And then I'm going to take a little bit of heavy. Oh, I keep calling this detent heavy. There we go. All right. So we're going to put this one in here. Put this one in here. Drop it like it's hot. Should do this. There we go. Put that bad boy in there. Put this bad boy on here. Should just pop together. Disengage it. Make sure the pivot pops through. There we go. Bob's your uncle. I might Loctite it just because. Probably should. I'm talking about the pivot, though. I'm not going to tighten these down, though. Because the pivot obviously was loose. I could feel it. So. Nothing like a little impromptu disassembly. You know I love that shit. You know I love that shit. Oh, I didn't even notice there's a screw going through it. Good thing I didn't drop it or something. Jesus. Okay, so centering is dead nuts now. Detent feels a little lighter. So let me tighten this up. Okay, so everything's tight. Dead centered. Okay. So that's why there was blade play. You hear that? Probably needs to work in on that hand satin. I don't know. But that must be why there was blade play, because the action when the pivot is tight, I mean, there's zero play. It's not very good, if you know what I'm saying. So they probably loosen it a little bit. To get better action. Yeah, there's a little bit of play now. So, I don't know. I'm going to let Brandon decide what he wants to do when he gets it back. But that would be my takeaway on this knife. So far, anyway, is it's a little disappointing in the action. Like, they focused, it seemed like, so much on having it be beautiful that they didn't quite nail the action. I mean, look how big this is. This blade should absolutely guillotine close, in my opinion. It's super smooth, and, you know, maybe it'll break in, and we'll see. But they even have a lighter detent to account for this reverse flick. It's harder left-handed, and it still doesn't drop shut. It's on multi-row bearings. That might have been the problem. They went with too big a bearing, so it's just not able to overcome all that surface area. I don't know. It's definitely smooth, and for most people who don't care about, you know, guillotining like I do, it's going to be perfectly fine. Might tighten it just a little bit more, because I'm going to let it sit, so... Yeah, hopefully it breaks in for them. That's my hopes and my dreams. But that's the Horizon D disassembly right there. I mean, ergos are fantastic. It's a big boy. Fits my hand very well. You can sort of choke. No, you can't. It's sharp. Ergos are fantastic. I haven't carried it. It looks like a solid clip. Let me see how it goes in pocket. It's just too fancy for me to want to... Oh, yeah. Clip is fantastic. I just don't want to carry it because I don't want to mess it up. You know what I mean? But I'll take it apart. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one for me, guys, because, like, they kind of screwed with the detent so that it could be flicked, and then didn't have it good enough to drop shut. It's really cool, but it's just like whenever Reate does their own designs, I just don't seem to fall in love with them very much. And I love that they show off their skill, but, you know, that's about it. So I'll probably do a full review in a little bit on this. Definitely a cool knife. If you have one, I mean, it's no slouch. Maybe yours drops shut, you know, that would be cool. But this one doesn't as of now. Maybe it will. Maybe it'll break in, right? Looks like it's already getting a little better. No play. So I'm going to let this sit and Loctite for Brandon. And let's check out the other knife. So this one here is the Reate EXO. And this one basically just has a super cool mechanism. It's a gravity knife. Jamie did mod this. So you can see he anode the hardware. You have this micarta. I think it said natural on the box. Or maybe it's brown. He may have dyed it. It's hard to tell. It could just be a dark brown. You see it says Reate right there. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to take this apart because I don't know how you... I guess you would just take the screws off and it would come apart, but I'm not going to do that. There's the OTF part out the front part. I guess it's an OTF. There's your pivot, I guess. And there's your spine or whatever you want to call it. So, and the blade... M390. No, LMAX, my bad. So, again, zoom in. You can see it says LMAX right there. Got a nice little swedge. It's a drop point with a awesome Reate belt satin. And it just has this cool mechanism. It's kind of a one-trick pony, you know what I mean? Just does that, in, out, or out, in. It feels good in hand close. You know, you can get it out pretty quick. You can retract it pretty quick if you're... You know, I've tried to be like throwing it. Kind of got to drop it and push, and you know, it's easier to just let gravity do the work and then grab it. And this feels really comfortable in hand for what it is. You'd think it would be less comfortable, but it feels really good in hand. You know, it's probably not going to be the best cutter in the world or anything, but let's see. Oh yeah, it's really good actually. Excellent. At least somehow I'm able to cut with it, which is funny. Usually I can't cut with anything, and then this knife I can cut like a dream with. That's kind of great, actually. Think about it. But yeah, I mean, here's a look at kind of the internal, just slides on that chassis, essentially. It's just held in by this thing. And I guess you could tighten and loosen that, I wonder. So I wonder if that was loose, would that make it more susceptible to like play? I don't think so. Does mean you could probably replace the blade. Maybe they could sell like different blade shapes for you. I don't know. But ultimately it's a gimmick and it's kind of fun. You know, I have heard that this was kind of marketed as a self-defense knife, which is absolutely dumb. It's definitely just a novelty knife. It comes with a sheath and all this stuff that I would never use, so I'm not going to show it. You can watch 100 other reviews for that. But basically it does this. It's an OTF, much like my shift here, right? Similar, right? This comes out like that. This one comes out with gravity. And then they both have a little bit of play. And then when you want to retract it, this one again, gravity. Do that. This one, right? So it's just not on spring tension like this one is. This one's worked by gravity. So that is the Reate EXO. Pretty cool knife. Definitely not something I need. Unless it was, like, given to me, I don't think I would keep this or anything. Like, I wouldn't buy one. It's almost $300 for basically just a fidget toy. Like, you guys know I love to fidget with my knives, but, like, I need to be able to carry it and cut with it occasionally. Yeah, you could cut with this, but you can't carry it, so it's kind of pointless. And I don't carry fixed blades or sheaths or whatever, so that kind of stuff doesn't really work for me. Jamie did send me this cool little slippy thing you could put it in to carry it, which is how he carries it, which is cool because you could do that and then put like your pry bar in here or put your flashlight or whatever. And then in here you could put some bits or whatever you wanted to. Like I like that. But then what? You're going to shove this whole thing in your pocket? That's why I never carry stuff like these things. Because I don't want to shove something like that in my pocket. That's why I like knives with clips. I'll never get into slip joints because of that. So, anyway, that's the Reate EXO and the Horizon D. Appreciate you guys checking it out. Let me know what you think of these. I'll probably do the reviews of these at the same time. And it'll probably be pretty similar to this. So I'll do rapid review style, not to bore everybody. This thing is fun, you know. But again, it's kind of like being a big grown-up kid. So, love you guys. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later.